Hi guys, Health Lights. Just a general update today on the pigeons. It's not been very good weather in Cornwall today. It's been on and off showers. I've had to work in it as well, which is a bit of a bummer, but there we go, that's work. Step inside and we'll have a chat. So it's the last day of the broomhexine treatment today. Come home, done the usual, scrape out floors and perches. I've scrubbed up the drinker and put the last dose of the broomhexine in. There's been no change in the pigeons. I knew they didn't have respiratory disease, but as precaution, I haven't had any sneezing or anything, so I'm really pleased with that. So I'll start them on the yellow drops after a 3-day course of multivitamins. Give them a bit of a break as well, because obviously need a bit of fresh water as well with nothing in it. I might put a garlic clove in there, but there we go. But the birds themselves are in pretty good nick. I mean, they've been molting, so there's a lot of feathering around, but I haven't heard any sneezes as of yet. So, but I did put that down to the molt dusty inside the loft. So we've got a bit of an issue. Well, not an issue, but that there pigeon in the far corner that we thought was a hen, I caught it driving 2 days ago. It was actually driving like a cock. On the pedigree it's a cock, but we brought it home and it literally didn't coo or anything like that. I mean, as you can see, that pigeon there is 100% that's a cock. A stunning one at that. But yeah, that's turned out to be a cock, so that's thrown a spanner in the works because I'm outnumbered by cocks now. We're not sure what that one is either. We did put that down as a cock, but it's too young to tell really. I mean, we haven't caught it driving or anything like that. But yeah, that one's definitely a cock. That's definitely a hen. So I mean, worst case scenario, it could be 3 cocks and 1 hen, or it could be both, you know, 2 of each, which I'll rather, because I'm going up to Tumley in September again and purchasing another pair of lean balls for stock. But that's pretty much it. I mean, we did put an offer on a house today. Hopefully, you know, fingers crossed, our offer gets accepted so I can crack on putting a loft up. We've already got the stock loft. The stock loft's going to be 10 by 6, and the race loft, hopefully, because the garden's pretty decent, I'm going to be putting up a 20 by 6 stock loft. 3 sections, one for the young birds, one for the natural, and one for Woodwood, if we race Woodwood, that is. Just a quick question for Kingsy Mac, because he's obviously, you're racing, and when I was racing with my dad a few years ago, we used juniors, T3 clocks. All the club members that are in our club use ETS. Basically, I get the home world and I get the adverts that are basically trying to flog these ETS clocks. I've never used them before, and I know that obviously you can clock, you know, 10-20 birds at once because it's all automatic. With the T3 clock, you've got to take the thimbles off, and well, you've got to put the rubbers in the thimbles and put them in the clock. So I know how to use a T3, but I'd like to use an ECS. So if any suggestions by anyone, that'd be greatly appreciated. I know they're quite expensive. They're about, well, the ones in the home world about £300, £400. My dad used juniors when he was racing, but the only problem with that is, like, from his experience, he would have won the combine. He has won the combine before, but when he was racing, he actually did jam the clock once. The thimble went in on, obviously, an angle when it jammed the clock, and he would have won the combine by 3 minutes, which is a bit of a joke. So he wasn't best pleased. So I will be wanting to use the ETS. So any suggestions would be cool. Just leave them in the box or comment. But that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, breeding season's going to be fast approaching soon, so hopefully by then, fingers crossed, I'll have a nice stock loft to put these guys in, and I'll use this as a nursing loft. For, you know, as a hospital basically. I'll keep this down here because this is my dad's garden. I'll just use this for if any sick pigeons turn up at the loft, I'll be putting them in here. So the race loft and the stock loft will be at my house, and this will be here. But that's pretty much it. I mean, like I said, it's the last day of treatment for the broomhexine, so we'll see if any improvement comes from the yellow drops, because yellow drops are supposed to be really good for them. Put them in good condition and stuff, so happy with that. So like I said, any comments, leave in the box and I'll get back to you guys. So for now guys, cheers.